always hurt by you putting away that book. It doesn't mean it is a bad book, it just means it is not for you. Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Venya, and as you can see behind me, I want to talk about books a little bit. Since I was a small child, one of my earliest memories is the one of my parents reading stories to me, and ever since, I don't know, I can remember I have been into books, into reading, diving into different worlds that are not even there, and I've always enjoyed it so much. Literally, when we went on holiday, my sister and I would take 30 to 40 books for a 4-week holiday because we would read one book a day and then the next one. So we would literally eat the story up, gulp it down, and then go on to the next one. And I've loved it ever since. There are thousands of books at my parents' house that I wasn't able to take when I moved out a couple of years ago. This is just a small collection of the books I have. But in the last couple of years, I kind of realized that I stopped reading. For some weird reason, I was so occupied with university and having to read stuff for uni and all this like compulsory stuff that you have to do but don't really want to because it is not something that you would normally read and enjoy. And when it comes to reading the stuff you do like, you feel like it's a waste of time, or you don't have the energy to read even more after having read through 300 pages of, I don't know, an essay of some other kind. So you really don't know what to do, but you really want to start reading. This is how I felt for a really long time, and I felt bad because I kind of thought that my creativity crumbled even a little bit when I stopped reading. It was always so inspiring, and I always felt so engaged and motivated in this world when I read about stories from other people, no matter if they were true or just pure fantasy. So recently I decided to really get back into reading, and one of my goals for 2018 is actually to read 30 books in a year, which is more than I've read in the past 5 years combined, I can tell you. So I thought I'd give you some tips on how to read more, even if you think you don't have the time. So tip number 1 is to choose something that you're really interested in reading. Let me tell you, there is nothing worse than picking up a book and after 50 pages realizing, oh gosh, I do not like it, but having a bad conscience about just putting it aside and taking something new to read. So I want you not to read the book that has been standing on your shelf for 3 years, gifted by a very dear friend who loved this book and says this is gonna change your life, but if you haven't read it in 3 years, you're probably not going to read it as one of your first reading choices after starting to read again. So I really want you to choose wisely and pick something that you are really interested in. It doesn't really matter what kind of book it is. It can be a book about flying, or a book about a love story, or a fantasy novel. Just pick something that you truly are interested in. My second tip is a much harder one, and that is that reading every day or reading on a regular basis is a habit that has to be formed. Just like any other habit, you have to be disciplined with it. So I would suggest to set yourself a goal for the day, which can be to read one chapter of the book that you wanted to start with, read for 15 minutes, read while you're brushing your teeth, just set some kind of goal and put it down on a list, and whenever you fulfilled this goal for the day, just tick it off so you know exactly what you achieved, and this can make you feel on track with your reading, and you can actually see the progress that you're making. So it is hard work, and you have to be disciplined in the beginning, because even if reading is something that you truly enjoy while doing it, starting it is a whole different. My third tip is to have a book available at all times. What really helped me with this one is having an ebook reader with me, because you can have several books on it of different genres, different types, and you can always choose which book you want to read in that particular moment. Because if you do not fancy the book in the moment, then you probably won't pick it up to read. If it is something that is easy and fun and quick for you at that time, and you can just switch between books, then an ebook reader is perfect for you. I myself love real books, like the ones you can see behind me. I love the smell of the pages and the weight of the book in my hand. So whenever I'm at home, I really enjoy reading physical books, but for traveling and for being on the go, I found for me an ebook reader is a very easy option um, for reading for myself. If you don't have an ebook reader at hand, I would advise you to have a book lying around everywhere. So different books. Have one by your bed, have one on your desk, have one in the kitchen, have one in your handbag, so you can always grab a book and have it ready and have it ready and have it available and have it available, because just as with sweets, we do eat them when we have them, and we read a book when we have it next to us too. As easy as that. My fourth tip is don't stop trying. If you have tried for a long time to get into the habit of reading, don't stop. The thing with reading is, if you don't enjoy it and that makes it difficult for you to make a habit out of it, it might be that you haven't found the right genre for you. I saw this in so many people. I am a lover of fantasy novels. If you can see the books in the background, this is what I read on a regular basis. They're like even teenage books. They're not even like adult fantasy. It is like teenage books, and I love it. So this is the niche that I found for my book loves, but you might have totally different interests. You might be into love stories or thrillers or crime novels or detective stories, or I don't know, you might even be into like astronomy books, or I have no idea what you're into, but please don't stop trying. Go to the bookstore, tell the employees what your interests are, and they will provide you with a good choice of options of books that you might enjoy, and then you just have to keep trying and reading. And if you don't enjoy a book, put it aside, take the next one. Don't have a bad conscience because you think, oh, now that I started it, I have to read it. No, you don't. No one is hurt by you putting away that book. It doesn't mean it is a bad book. It just means it is not for you. And that leads me to my fifth point, and I haven't actually done this myself, but I can think of it as like a really cool thing actually, but I haven't really gone around to doing it, just like in private, and that is to join a group of people who have the same interest in reading as you, who will keep you accountable, and with whom you can talk about the books that you're reading. I have the luck of having a really, really cool boyfriend who reads the same stuff as I do. So we know a lot of the same authors and stories, so we can share our perception of the books and our perspectives on it. And I can also share this with my sister and my parents, because they have read all the books that I've read, which is really cool, and I'm so lucky to have that. But if you don't have that, just look for people who are interested in the same stuff. Talking about the books will get you more excited about reading. If you start a book and someone else has already finished it or is further ahead and tells you, oh my gosh, this is going to be so exciting, you're going to be so shocked about what is going to happen in the story, then you really want to keep going, and it's kind of motivating. It's like talking about a series that you watch on Netflix or Amazon and just wanting to continue watching because it's going to be so thrilling for you. And it is the same with books. It is just that you have to sit down and read. So these were all my tips. I hope you found them helpful and I didn't forget anything. I quickly wanted to show you the book that I am reading at the moment. I just started this yesterday. I'm on page 28, so it's not far into the book. It is a very small book. It is, I don't know, Blue Dolphin's Island. That's how you might translate it. I think it is a translation itself. It is, again, from my boyfriend's house. Because we love the same books. Yesterday I finished this one, and this one is next. It's the second part to the first one. But as you can see, this is like almost 1,000 pages. I found this in the dumpster, by the way. So it's basically 1,000 pages, and to stay motivated, I kind of wanted to read something in between, and I found this is really short. This is quick, easy, and I wanted to reread it because I read it when I was a small child, and I don't know, maybe even my dad read it to me. I don't really know. But so this is what I'm reading in the moment. And I'm always trying to read at least a chapter in my new book each day, right when I wake up with my coffee. So it is early in the morning when I'm shooting this video, and I'm gonna get into reading after finishing this. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna read at the moment, or in a few seconds. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. If you have more video suggestions or anything or any topic that you would like me to touch on, I can give like a book tour or tell you my favorite fantasy novels, because I'm really into that. On other books, I cannot give you any advice because I'm a total noob and I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you want to hear anything about that, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you are having a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!